And I think Leon should be really excited for this fight. Give me some time. Let me put on my fight promoter hat. Yes, I am available for narratives. So Leon should really be excited for this fight because this is his opportunity potentially to have something to work with to say why he shouldn't be fighting Colby Covington. And I'd argue that he should want Gilbert Burns to win this fight. It's in his best interest. And, hey, it's in Gilbert's as well. So, from another perspective, how should this go down? Gilbert Burns, remind you, last fought April 8th against Masvidal. It's likely Masvidal may not be coming back, and even if he were to come back, he would not at all be in line for a title shot. But Masvidal was the person that Leon originally was calling out because they have their beef, la-di-da. Leon was like, actually, I want to fight Masvidal because we had beef and I want to beat his face into the ground. Now, Gilbert can say, well, I actually did that. I beat that guy. And a lot of times in MMA logic, it follows that you want to fight one person. I beat that person. So instead, you should fight me. Oftentimes, that's the logic. It doesn't always hold, but in many situations, I find that it typically does. So, one, you have the fact that Gilbert Burns has beat the person that you already want to fight or already wanted to fight. The second issue that Leon has is Colby Covington. Colby has an amazing following in MMA. He's someone that gets a lot of views. He's someone that can be divisive, to say the least. And a lot of people want it. You know, they want to see the drama, so to speak. It gets a lot of views. It gets a lot of clicks, right? And so I think Leon is hard pressed to find a reason that he can give the UFC and fans to say that he shouldn't fight Colby Covington, besides the fact that he doesn't think it's fair that in his view, Colby is skipping the line. But most of Colby's argument for why he's so deserving, even though he hasn't fought in so long, is that he is always available to fight, that he is always doing what's best for the UFC, that he's always ready and willing. Because he was the backup fighter. He said yes to fight. Supposedly, other folks have said, no, he didn't say yes, but who knows? But he purports that he's always saying yes to fights. He's dropping everything at a moment's notice to be a backup to a fight. And so what Gilbert Burns has in this scenario over Colby is that I literally fought less than a month ago. I'm taking the hits. I'm taking the beating. I didn't even do another training camp because basically I never finished the training camp. I've just been in fight mode for an entire month. I'm taking the risk, all the risk, and the real risk to my body by coming up to save a fight after someone had been injured. So I think Gilbert, if he wins this fight, it goes something like this. He gets on the mic, he wins, beats his chest a little bit after beating Bilal, who's amazing, and I believe is on an 8 or 9-0 win streak more recently. And so he says, you know what? I want the title shot next. I don't want a title shot after Colby. I want to fight Colby because who I really want to fight is Leon. Leon, I'm coming for you. I've taken out the trash with Masvidal. I'll take out the trash with Colby. I'm the one that the UFC should be thanking because I always put the fights first. I put the fans first. And Leon, I'm doing you a favor by taking out Colby. And just like I took out Masvidal, I'll take out him. And then I'm coming to you next to take you out and take the belt. I did mention that I was available for fight promotion and narrative development. But that's why I think Leon should be extremely tuned into this fight And I think he should be sending good vibes and good energy for Gilbert Burns to win, because the story just wraps up so nicely. And I think with enough drama and enough calling out and enough Twitter fingers flying, there could be a lot of interest to see Gilbert Burns, the person who's been like a Mack truck just steadily coming, versus Colby Covington, to ultimately lead to the title shot with Leon. And since Leon has been very vocal about not wanting to fight Colby and not wanting to give him a hand up, he should be tuned into this fight. He should be rooting for Gilbert Burns. And as soon as Gilbert Burns calls out Colby, and by virtue of calling out Colby, calls out him, he should be the first one saying absolutely. So I'm excited for this fight. We'll see how it all pans out, and let's see if I'm right.